Hello.
Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. So let's read another book. And this book is called The Wild Swans. And it's in level I, so it can be a little bit hard. Okay, so The Wild Swans. So let's read this book together. Okay, first let's listen. Nghe chưa nghe?
The Wild Swans. A retelling of the Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale by Karen Mokler. Illustrated by Sumiti Kolina. Focus question. What role does Eliza play in the story? There once lived a king who had 11 sons and 1 daughter. He married a wicked queen who turned the princes into 11 wild swans. The king asked the queen if she knew where the princes were. She shook her head. At sunset, the swans flew to their sister, Eliza. Their feathers fell off, and the 11 princes stood before her. At dawn, they said, they would become swans again. That night, Eliza dreamed that a fairy came to her. The fairy said to take nettles and make them into 11 shirts. The shirts would break the spell. She also told Eliza not to speak before the task was done. If she did, her brothers would die. Eliza woke and went to the forest. She picked many nettles, which burned her hands. With the nettles, she made yarn. Then she made the yarn into shirts. The brothers flew to her each sunset. Each dawn, they became wild swans again and flew away. One morning, the queen saw them leaving Eliza's window and grew worried. The next dawn, the queen threw a net over the swans. She put them in a cell under the castle. Then the queen said that there would be a feast, roast bird for everyone. Only Eliza knew that the birds would be her brothers. She could not speak. She worked instead. The morning of the feast, the queen came for the swans. Eliza threw the 11 shirts over the swans, and they turned into 11 princes. The youngest brother's shirt was not quite done, though. He was left with a swan's wing instead of an arm. The king sent out guards to arrest the queen. They found a vulture on her throne, but the queen was never seen again. Connections. Writing. What do you think happened to the queen at the end of the story? Explain. Math. How many shirt sleeves was Eliza able to make for her brothers? Solve the problem 2 different ways.
Okay, this is quite a long story. Can you guys tell me, what is this story about?
Eliza.
Eliza and
Then her brother swan.
11 swans. Okay, but who actually are the swans?
11 brother.
Eliza's brother. Okay, Eliza's brother are actually the swans. Okay.
Why they turn to swan to human?
Now, why do you think Eliza's brothers turned to swan?
Because they were well through.
Because the queen turned them into swans. Okay, the queen was a really dangerous woman, and she turned them into swans. So, let's read this together. Okay, Hidetoshi, please read this to me.
There once lived a king who has 11 sons and 1 daughter. He married a queen who turned to a prince to 11 wild swans.
Okay, repeat after me. Wicked.
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 Okay, so what does wicked means? Wicked. What does it mean?
Dangerous.
What?
Dangerous.
Dangerous. Okay, a wicked queen. So the queen is wicked, means she is she's really dangerous. Yeah, and she's mean. Okay, so she turned the princess into 11 wild swans. Okay, 11 wild swans. Okay, this page. Quang Vinh, can you read this?
Okay. The king asked the queen if she knew where the prince was. She shook her head.
She shook her head. So, is she telling the truth?
No.
No, she is not. She is not telling the truth. Okay, she is lying because she turned the princess into swans. Okay, this page. Janha, can you read this? Sunset.
Sunset, the sun flew to their sister.
Eliza.
Eliza, their
Feathers.
rather were few on and 11
Swans.
from
Princess.
princess before her down. They said the will become sand again.
Okay, so at sunset, the swans flew to the sisters Eliza. So can anybody tell me what does sunset means?
Sunset means the sun.
It's the sun, are you sure?
Là buổi sáng.
No, buổi sáng.
It's afternoon.
It's afternoon. Okay. Sunset is afternoon. And when the sun sets, it's usually at like 6 o'clock when the sun sets. Okay, I'll show you pictures. Sunsets. Okay. These are pictures of sunsets and it can be really, really beautiful.
Teacher. Sunset is hoàng hôn.
Oh yeah, great job. Sunset is hoàng hôn. Okay. And it can be very beautiful, right? Okay. So, at sunset, the swans flew to the sister and their feathers fell off. Okay, their feathers fell off because they are the princess, they are not the swan. At dawn, they would become swans again. Can anybody tell me, what does it mean, dawn? Dawn.
Dawn means all of the brother.
No, dawn means in the morning. Okay, so when it's sunset, the sun goes down. But when it's dawn, the sun goes up. Okay, When it's sunset, the sun goes down. When it's dawn, the sun goes up. And dawn is in the morning. Okay, they will become swans again. Okay, this page, Quang Vinh.
That night, Lisa dreams fairy came to her. The fairy said to take and make them into 11 shirts. The shirts would break the spell.
Okay, the shirt would take the spell. Now, what did the fairy tell her?
To take restless and make them into 11 shirts. The shirts would break the spell.
How would you say this word? Nettles. Nettles, okay? Nettles is a kind of tree. It's a kind of tree. And take the nettles, make them into 11 shirts for the 11 princes. And the shirt would break the spell. Okay, break the spell means turning them into human again. Okay, nettle là cái gì ấy nhỉ? Nettle là cái gì đây?
Hatchel là cái... Cô bạn Hatchel là cái gì?
Okay. Okay, trong chuyện thì bạn ấy mơ là cô tiên cô ấy đến đúng không? Cô tiên bảo là dùng cây nettle để làm áo cho 11 người anh đúng không? Và xong rồi thì lúc đấy thì lời nguyền sẽ bị phá hủy. Okay, now let's see what nettle means. So these are nettles. Nettles cái gì nhỉ? Cái tầm ma. Okay, cái tầm ma. Cái tầm ma là thường mọc ở trong mấy cái kiểu nghĩa trang ấy. In this story, ở trong chuyện này, ở trong chuyện của Anderson, trong chuyện bản gốc ấy, thì cái cô này cô ấy ra nghĩa trang để lấy cái cây này xong rồi sẽ phải làm áo. So it can be really scary. Okay?
Why?
Because it's the spell. Cô phải làm thế thì mới cứu được, đúng không? Now, she also told Eliza not to speak before the task was done. Okay? She must not speak before the task was done. So, she must not speak. Okay? If she did, her brothers would die. So she must not speak. Okay, this page, would you read this for me, please? Read this.
Eliza walked and went to the forest. She picked many nettles, which burned her hands.
Right? Eliza walked and went to the forest. She picked many nettles, which burned her hands. So, nettles are the trees that has sharp leaves. Okay? These leaves are sharp, which can burn her hand. Okay? So, I have this thing. What do you call this thing?
Nettle.
Kim, right? It's kim in Vietnamese. In English, it's called needle. Needle, okay? Needle sounds quite the same as nettle, right? And is it sharp or dull? It's sharp, okay? So when she picked the nettles, it's really, really sharp and it burns her hand like this. Okay? It burns her hand. So she must be really, really tired and hurt. Okay? Now, where did she pick the nettles?
The forest.
In the forest. Ok. Trong chuyện này nói chuyện in forest là đỡ ghê hơn đấy. Nhưng mà trong chuyện gốc này, trong chuyện gốc là cô này cô phải ra nghĩa trang cô. Đấy, rất là sợ. Ok, really scary. Okay, this page. Nam, can you read this to me, Nam?
Okay. With the nettle, she made into shirt.
Okay, yarns. Okay, you say yarn. So with the nettles, she made yarns. What colors are the yarns she made?
Green.
Green. Okay. So the brother's shirt will be green too. She made yarns and then she made the yarns into shirts. Okay. This page, Kang, please read this to me, Kang.
The brother flew to her.
Each sunset.
Each sunset. Each dawn. They became
Wild
wild.
swans
Again and flew away. One morning, the queen saw them leaving Eliza window and grew
worried.
worried.
Okay, great job. So the brothers flew to her each sunset. So the brothers flew to her at night, and in the morning they went off again. Right? The brothers flew to her at night, and in the morning they went again. Now, why did they do that?
Because they say that.
Because in the morning they would turn into swans again, and the queen would be worried and scared, right? Okay. Now she grew worried when she saw them leaving Eliza's window. Okay, now the next dawn, the queen threw a net over the swans. She put them under the cell under the castle. Now, why did the queen throw a net over the swans?
Because she is worried.
She is worried. She is worried about what?
What?
She is worried about what?
What mean?
She is worried that the swans will fly away and tell everybody that the queen turned them into swans. Okay, so the queen catch the swans. She put them in a cell under the castle. Can anybody tell me what does cell means?
It means like a dungeon.
It's like a dungeon, đúng rồi. Một cái hầm đúng không? Một cái hầm ở đằng dưới. Okay, she put them under the cell in the castle. They cannot fly anywhere. Okay, this page, she read this to me.
Okay. Then the queen said there will be a feast, roast book for everyone. Only Eliza knew that birds will be her brother. She could not speak. She went instead.
Right? So the queen said that there will be roast birds for everyone. Now,
what is roast bird?
Roast birds. You know birds, right? And roast birds is a kind of food. And we have to cook up the bird so we can have roast bird. Like this. So the queen wants to cook the brothers. So everybody will eat the brothers. So the queen, she is very wicked. She is very crazy, right? So she wants to cook the prince. So everybody eats the prince.
Why?
Because she is a wicked woman. Nobody knows why. Now, Eliza knew that the birds would be her brothers. Okay, only Eliza knew that. And she could not speak. She must work. Okay.
Because the fairy says she did not speak.
Yep. Okay, this page, Thanh Lâm, read this to me, Thanh Lâm. Thanh Lâm.
The morning of the feast, the queen came for the squares. Eliza threw the 11 shells over the squares, and they turned into 11 fries.
Princess. Okay, princess. The morning of the feast, the queen came for the swans. The morning of the feast, the queen came to take the swans. Now, why did she take the swans?
To cook.
To cook them. Okay. And Eliza threw the 11 shirts all over the swans, and they turned into 11 princesses. Okay. Now, the youngest brother's shirt was not quite done. He was left with a swan's wing. Okay, he was left with a swan's wing. Now, the king sent out guards to arrest the queen. Can anybody know what does arrest means?
I know.
To rescue.
Okay, arrest means that to take to take this lady and put her in the cell. Okay, they found a vulture on the throne. Now, what does vulture means?
Vulture means a bird very angry and has very sharp beak.
Okay, and vulture eats dead corpse. Vulture is an animal that eats dead animals. Okay. Vulture. And they are really dirty. Like, look at this. They eat dead animals.
What
Okay.
is that animal? Can I see?
Okay, let's see. So, những con chim này thì nó thường ăn những cái xác chết thối rữa ấy. Đấy. See, look at this picture. Okay. Con chim này là con người tiếng Việt gọi là con gì? Con kền kền đúng không? Không nhớ nhưng mà nó hay ăn những cái con động vật thối rữa. Đấy. It is really dirty. And this bird mọi người thường hay không thích con chim này. Nó hay biểu tượng cho là một cái gì đấy không tốt. Thế là lý do tại sao mà bà phù thủy biến thành con vulture, đúng không?
The queen became vulture.
The queen became a vulture. Đúng rồi, con kền kền. Yeah. And it eats dead animals. Sometimes
Con vật bị chết.
nó ăn thịt thối con vật đấy. Nhiều khi nhá, có những cái người mà đi ra sa mạc ấy, xong rồi người ta kiểu bị chết khát ấy. Đấy, xong con này nó cũng ra nó ăn được người đấy. Rất là ghê. Okay, really scary. So, they found the vulture on the throne, but the queen never be seen again. So, is the vulture beautiful or ugly? Ugly, right? Now, is the swan beautiful or ugly?
Beautiful.
Beautiful, right? That's why the princes are turned into a swan and the queen is turned into a vulture because the queen is ugly and the princess are beautiful. Okay. Let's answer the question. Okay. Now, who puts the spell on the brothers?
Umbrella.
Huh?
The queen.
The queen. Okay, the queen. The queen puts the spell on the brothers. Number 2. Why does Eliza make 11 shirts out of nettles?
The
Because
queen said
the fairy told her.
A.
It's
I.
B. Okay. The fairy tells Eliza that they will save her brother. So Eliza works on it. Number 3. Why does the queen put the swans in the cell under the castle?
She want to cook them.
So it's A, B, or C?
C.
Hmm?
C.
C. She does not want them to fly away. Great job. Number 4. Number 4.
In the queen and
Why isn't the queen arrested at the story?
A.
B.
A.
No.
B. Okay. B. The queen did not turn herself into the swan. She was turned into a vulture. Okay. A vulture was found on the throne. Okay. Number 5. Most of the story take place
In the castle.
in the castle. Okay, in the castle. Okay, great job. Great job, you guys got 150. Nào, rồi với bạn đây, câu đầu tiên nha. Okay, now let's learn about new words. Oh, okay, let's just learn more about new words. That will be okay. Now, let's learn about appliances. Appliances in the house. Okay, những đồ vật ở trong nhà. Appliances trong nhà. Okay, so first, tell me, what is this? It's a
TV.
television. Okay, it's a television. People call it a TV. But this television is old, right? We have new televisions now. Okay, next we have a
Oven.
Is it an oven? I think it's not an oven. It's a microwave. Lò vi sóng. Okay, it's a microwave. So a microwave, it heats up the food. Okay, it heats up the food. Now, next, what do we have here? It's
Hair dryer.
hair dryer. Okay, great job. Hair dryer. Okay, how about this one?
Where?
Wash machine.
Okay, it's a washing machine. Now, what does a washing machine do?
It's job to wash its clothes.
Right. It wash and it can also dry our clothes. Now, what is this thing? It's a
Toaster.
It's a toaster. Okay, great job. Now, what does a toaster do?
Toast the bread.
Right. A toaster, it can cook the bread. It can make the bread toast. Okay. Okay. This thing, it's a it's an
Banana.
Iron. Okay. We use an iron to iron our clothes, right? Iron our clothes. Now, is an iron hot or cold?
Hot.
It can be really, really hot. So when we use an iron, we must be super careful. Okay. How about this one? How about this one?
Dishwasher.
It's a dishwasher. Do you guys have a dishwasher in your home?
No.
No. Yes and no. Okay. I don't have a dishwasher in my house, but many house has a dishwasher. Okay. How about this one? It's a
Mixer.
it's a mixer. Okay. Từ nào mà bỏ đây là con của cô đấy, không phải con của cô nhá. Cô 17 tuổi ơi nhá, không phải con của cô nhá. Đây là em của cô, không phải con của cô nhá. Okay. Now this one it's a mixer. Okay. Mixer. It mix things. Okay. Máy trộn. Okay, last one we have a
Vacuum.
we have a vacuum cleaner. Okay. Vacuum cleaner.
How about the refrigerator?
So, a vacuum cleaner cleans the house. Máy hút bụi đúng không? Mình dùng máy hút để tạo tiếng right? Vacuum cleaner. Okay, so these are the things in the house. Rồi bây giờ Dung cũng hết giờ rồi. Và bây giờ hôm nay thì mình đã học được khá nhiều đúng không? Okay, it's the end. You guys can go to bed now. See you next time, okay? Bye bye.
Đâu ba đã? Đâu ba đã?